Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Crisis 169, aka Mark. I use that occasionally. Today's topic is weekend news. It is 11:46 p.m. Central Time, 12 Eastern a.m. Um, I'm here to talk about the GameStop situation. We all know earlier this year, GameStop is closing down 400 stores in January. That already happened. Rumors more going to happen. Um, Financially, they're taking a hit. Their stock is $24.75. I looked about 30 minutes ago, up 1.2 percent above. It's up, so it's green. That's good. But market analysts saying it's not going to be that forever. How? How did GameStop? And this the title of the video thumbnail is Weekend News, Episode 1, Season 9, GameStop went from it to pretty much shit. How were they? How how were they went? How were they? How did they? Man, I'm sorry. How did they? How did they go wrong? Go wrong. Continuing news. Um, how did they go wrong? And it's really something understandable that people need to really hear. Companies out there go out of business all the time. We know that a lot of companies like uh, Bed Bath and Beyond are not out of business technically. They went online. Stores are expensive. You can go Better Bath and Beyond, Bed Bath and Beyond, and type it in, um, um, and go online, and they're online now. I'm online right now. I'm looking at Bed Bath and Beyond right now. They're online only, no stores. Why is that? Because stores cost money. GameStop has been toying with the idea of going online. The problem is, the pandemic kind of sped up that situation where we went digital. You might ask, well, what really caused GameStop to go out of business or go downhill? Not really out of business, but go downhill as fast as they did. And it takes a long time to go through all this, charts and graphs and I spend 45 minutes on this saying, well, you see, in the last quarter of 2020, 2012, they did this, and this, and you put you guys to sleep. It'd be Z's on my comment section because people feel asleep. But I'm not going to do that. Um, um, it's not something that I would rather sit there and spend 45 minutes talking about. And yes, my seat's going down because my seat broke. It's just seat wore out. I'm gonna buy another one eventually. So I look kind of smaller than normal. Shorter anyway, not wider, but anyway. Anyway, the point being though is this: GameStop went going downhill because GameStop dropped to the foot. And when I put the game in there, the game we're talking about is Halo 2 for a reason. Halo 2 came out in 2004. Halo 2, that's right around the time GameStop started taking over, buying Electronic Boutique packages in 2004. It's a pinnacle move. It came on the original Xbox, the OG Xbox, the black Xbox. Halo 2 didn't. I didn't care for it. I thought it was the same as Halo 1. I didn't really care much about it. So I didn't really play that much. I actually returned it to GameStop. It was all crazy. Because I didn't have online internet back then. Because I was going to, as I know, I was 4 years out of high school. I haven't bought a house yet. And I was, living with friends, living family a little bit, living with friends in my apartment. So I didn't have a lot of internet. Because the internet wasn't a really big thing back then right now. Like it is now. It was big, but it wasn't as big as now. Um, so what drove GameStop go down this rabbit hole? And I think you really have to go back to the fact that the acquisitions. The biggest thing that GameStop did was buy stuff like Disney. The problem is even Disney now is having trouble paying some of this stuff off They're like $47 billion in debt. I think Disney is. Snow White is known as a cluster F. The woman who used to control Star Wars is no longer in charge of Star Wars. They made changes to a lot of things, and people are saying it could be the thing that the change they need to turn around their sinking ship. And this is something that GameStop really can't do because GameStop does not have a movie license deal to make movies. They don't have any way of used games, and people ain't buying used games nowadays. You go on Steam and get a better deal buying things on Steam or Xbox. For example, I'm gonna bring an Xbox right now. After I have my PC right now, I'm on Xbox right now on my account. I'm gonna look at these games here. There's some games here. There's Watchdog Legion. How much is this to own? If you wanted to own it, um, if you wanted to own the game, EA Play. Um, if you wanted to do EA Play, whatever, it's something you can do with it. Um, you can do that with EA Play or whatever game you want to buy, and you can buy the games here if you wanted to. And how much they cost, um, it depends on what you want to buy. And you buy games. There's games you can buy. Like here, there's great deals on the Turtle games. There's Call of Duty. It's mostly Game Pass. A lot of these games are Game Pass. I find it a good idea to use Game Pass as an example. But let's go to a Best Buy then. Let's try Best Buy. I would go. Hell, let's try Steam. I'm grasping at straws here, guys. Let's go to Steam here, and we'll go to the store. Steam sales happen all the time. Square Enix had a publisher sale right now. Let's go look at the games thing. Square Enix, Kingdom Hearts 3 plus remini or remix, whatever you call it, $35. Okay, let's look at GameStop with how much they cost for Kingdom Hearts. Let's look at GameStop, see what they have. And see what they have for Kingdom Hearts. Just like I'm saying, I'm just trying to figure out here. Um, mm, and see what they have for Kingdom Hearts. And they don't even have it. You can't even find it. Um, you know, it just and it's just one thing you can't find. It's just something that you can't find here. And I'm trying to find it, I can't find it. How about Call of Duty? It's a Call of Duty games. Black Ops you can get 360, $6.99. The latest one, Black Ops 6, $64.99. Okay. Look at Steam here real quick. Look at Black Ops. Let's type in Call of Duty. Call of Duty. The latest one. That's going to be, $69.99. $99 for the thing there. Here it's 64, 61, but it's pro and game kind of stuff there. Um, there's different things here. So GameStop does have certain things cheaper, only because they have to be. But if you look at a lot of these games, people are not going to GameStop anymore. Even though you can buy the games cheaper somewhat, you're still going to have to be haggled by somebody who's trying to save their job by asking you to get a damn Power Rewards card. All you want is Call of Duty. You don't care about the person's career. You're trying to get a game you can go and play with friends if you're big in Call of Duty. But I think the biggest issue with GameStop was, yes, they're trying to be competitive, but games cost a lot of money. Even used games are still not cheap. $54 for a used game, and you can get Call of Duty on sale for $35 or get it on Game Pass for pretty much what you're paying for each month. You pay $17, you get a $6 $7 game. I mean, it's bonkers how people think that GameStop is going to be around forever. Yeah, they'll be around in some way or form, but they're so irrelevant right now. Walmart is selling things that they don't sell. GameStop used to sell graphics cards. 5 years ago, when I was getting my gaming rig, I saw a 6060 Super. I almost picked it up, $380. The thing was like a 6 gig, and I would have bought it. And I took it home and put it in my rig if I had the rig built. I would have played. He started playing games on it. Granted, it's outdated because it's no longer I can get updates now. Last year, the updates are going to be done for it. But that card served people out well. I had friends of mine who had 60 Supers. Of course, they got 4070s or 70s or whatever they got, 3080s or whatever they got. But they have upgraded. GameStop doesn't sell a lot of stuff anymore. They sell a lot of pogs and cups and glasses and book bags, like I said before in previous videos. They sell a lot of trinkets and tinker toy crap. They don't sell a lot of things designed for the gamer. It's for the gamer accessories, the backpacks and the cups and the pog, yeah, and the Funko things. You can go to Game Trade, Game Exchange, next to a barber shop where I go to get my haircut, and get Funko stuff in there too. Hell, that place is no longer selling retro stuff. They used to sell 5200, Atari 5200 cartridges. They don't sell them anymore. They only sold them like $1, I think it was. So somebody came in and bought all of them for like $1 each or what it was, and what I heard rumor was. But, they have Retron fives in there. GameStop wants to go retro. They can sell Retron five, Retron two, Retron threes. They can sell a lot of Retron stuff. Yes, granted, it's $180. You gotta buy cartridges, probably gonna be pretty steep too. But you can sell something that's different. GameStop won't do it because they want trinkets and tinker toys. They want to sell you a Pog or book bag instead of going there and going creators of Retron Five and getting Retron Fives into their stores and selling the damn things and having an actual retro area where they can flush in new game. Oh, you got Super Mario Brothers All Stars. Oh, cool. You got this. Cool. Kind of thing plays Sega Genesis, NES, Super NES, Game Boy, and then Game Boy Advance, even Famicom. It can play if you move the tabs for each one of them. It plays, the Famicom stuff. But you can't use you can't use 32X or anything like that on it, but it won't work. But that's not the point, though. The point being is this, though. The point is the gaming environment has changed. The retro gaming industry is no longer as finical or as profitable it once was. Like, click out of the Halo 2 there. Uh, but that's being very, very truthful though. You can no longer tell somebody, "Hey, I'm gonna go buy this game at GameStop Retro." You can go online and go buy it, or you can go to a Retron or you Game Exchange, or there's plenty of game places you can go to, mom and pop places, or you can go on eBay or whatever and buy it on there and probably get a decent price for it. Now, it probably cost you some money if you want a certain game like Sega Saturn games. You can import them from Japan. Now, if you don't mind a language barrier, but I mean, there's ways to get games in here. And GameStop's retro department, I saw one at where I used to go to. It's a joke. It's a small little rack with some games stored in there. It ain't much of a retro thing. It's just garbage. It's just leftover crap that didn't sell. That's not retro, guys. To me, retro is a half a department of the store that has, Super Nintendo, Genesis, Atari, Sega Saturn, Sega CD, 32X, blah 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 blah. That is what a retro thing is. This crap that is a couple of one little small little shelf in a corner. That's not retro. That's just somebody thinking a business. Oh, we can get people here to buy retro games. If they have an Xbox One X, Xbox X Series, a gaming rig, or say an Xbox, they can go play the games on Game Pass for nothing, or they can go download them on PC, especially on Steam, and play them pretty much for nothing. They don't have to have they don't have to have that situation. They don't have to have, a retro store that sells retro crap to tell them, what they need to go buy because they know what they need, and they know what they want, and they don't have to have, um, and that right there is the biggest problem of all problems that no one knows why it's happening. No one gets what's really going on. No one understands why it's happening because nobody wants to know why it's happening. No one wants to know that they're having problems with with their sales and stuff. The problem is that we all know this. We all know. Everybody knows that GameStop is having issues. Everybody knows that GameStop is literally a breath away of losing it all. They've been doing that for the last 5 years. Boogie298 was a big advocate of GameStop at one time. Jay Susan talked about it one time. Gaming Netflix, maybe not at all. Alpha Omega Sin talked about it all the time. A lot of these YouTubers like Alpha Omega Sin haven't been online that much. GameStop is not in people's mind anymore because it's no longer a place you go to for games. You go there for Tinker Toys, Pogs, Funko crap, book bags. But you don't go there for any actual stuff. I've seen them selling, an Xbox S series and an X and a PlayStation 5, Pro that has no disc drive. I'm like, you guys are causing your own demise. Yes, you're getting money from the console sale, but that should not be what you guys are going business for. If you're, if you're, if your bread and butter is, if your bread and butter is actually used games, you should be trying to sell consoles with disc drives in them. One guy bought a PS5 Pro, didn't have a disc drive. He had to order a disc drive to come back and get it at a later date. I'm like, you're buying a digital console to buy a disc-based. It just makes you want to just scream in these people's faces in a corporate office at GameStop. It's like, what are you guys doing? And why I'm passionate about GameStop? A lot of my friends worked at GameStop, and some still do. And they love their job. Granted, they can't stand the corporation because it's just one gigantic screwdriver. But they enjoy the fact that they're around games. They like people coming into games. They like being in the game industry, even though they're far from the games that you can get. They're no more part of the game industry than a porn star is in the movie business. Okay, it just doesn't add up. If you're doing pornography, you're not going to be selected to do this action and the next Terminator. And then maybe you could, but there's two different genres. Pornography, action movies. Yes, you're on video, but you're not the same video. You're not gonna sell it at Blockbuster. Okay, and if you are to Curtin and the five knuckle shovels going on with the guys in the raincoats and stuff, and that's topic for another time. This is why I don't let any children watch my videos because I'm pretty vulgar sometimes, so I gotta be careful. But also just because I'm no children on my page here channel. If they are, then hope the parents are watching because they can have parent because I always believe in parental guidance is good. Parental guidance is good, but my point of view is this. This is my point of view. This is what I believe. The issue I'm having with GameStop is that if you're a GameStop employee, you're no more closer to the game industry, and just like I said with the adult films and action movies, movie industry. You're not. They fished the line, they hooked you, and they wheeled you in, and that's all what it is. It's not about being part of an industry. You're selling games to customers, and what about keeping their jobs? You're selling Power Board card to people who don't speak English because you put in there, oh, it's $80. The game costs like $40. but we sold them like a bunch of crap they don't need because you need to keep your job. That's part of the horrors of what GameStop used to do. And I never had that problem with me because I would have made a stink if it did. I don't care about Power Board card. I had one, and I had and I had the Pro or whatever you call it, Elite card at one time. I got 20% off on stuff, and I liked it, but they got rid of it because I guess it was too popular. I guess I don't know what it was. No, $30 a year, I got a pretty good deal. I never had the Players Club thing up there up at Best Buy. I heard that was a real banger to have, but it just proves my point though. GameStop tried to get people in with cell phones. I bought Cricket. I bought a Cricket phone through them. Cost $20. It was a Galaxy Amp 2. I bought the case there. I got the phone there. I paid like 20, $30 a month for decent service. It was good for me. It was good for what I needed. Now I bought my Xbox original one before I got the One X. And, I did all that stuff. No, I did all that stuff. Um, and So I got the phone. So I had no problem with it. Like 2 gigabytes of whatever. I had 5 gigabytes left at the very end before I left, or eight. I went to um, T-Mobile, whatever it was. Um, but it was something fun for me because I enjoyed it. I enjoyed because I enjoyed going there because I had friends who worked there, work friends who I talked to every now and then. Go stop by, how you guys doing? 20 minutes, I go pre-order a game, pick up a game, or buy a game directly and go home and download it and play it, whatever, on my Xbox or PlayStation. Um, but that kind of weaned away when people started leaving and realizing that the gaming PC, what I have right now, is the place to be. The gaming rig is the ultimate thing that is really good to have, and it shows a lot of potential. But GameStop doesn't sell PC stuff. They have a small little corner that they're getting rid of eventually this year. No longer selling PC stuff. Because I guess PC gamers just don't have that, don't know how to get a GameStop. I guess son. And then if they cared about PC gamers, they have a whole wall dedicated to them. And I'm telling you, they start selling graphics cards again to help them out. Even they sold cheaper art cards only in store. That's something, But they don't do that. You can buy online, but I can go. I can buy a gaming rig online. You want to go to the store to touchy feely and see it. But why you go to a Best Buy, a Walmart, a Micro Center, Electronic Express, so on and so on. But that's what you do. You don't go to a GameStop now to buy anything PC related. Granted, I bought this Abstracts big ass keyboard, pretty heavy, and this $20 mouse Abstracts. The keyboard was $37 being discontinued because they went with a GameStop brand that they hardly ever have in stock. I bought those two with the headset, Actor headset, because it was a good deal. Headset's kind of old and wore out, obviously, so I got uh, the uh, Razor here, the Razor. And I enjoy it a lot, but it doesn't mean I'm not gonna sit there and go to GameStop and see what they have. But I've seen what they have in both GameStops. They don't have a whole lot anymore. Now, I have a gigantic overlaid mouse pad. I don't need anymore. I mean, it just seems like me GameStop is just there, just be enigma. They're a thumb. They're not really a stain on the gaming industry because they're never part of the gaming industry anyway. I think they're just a stain on retail in general. Not a bad stain, but a stain nonetheless. Because they're showing people, showing companies, what not to do. Treat employees like human Dollar General employee. You go to the Dollar Store and buy some cheap employees. And you work at Dollar General. I'm not trying to say you're cheap. I'm just saying that they go to the cheapo store and they bought some employees, pay them garbage, and they wonder why people steal and they don't care. I mean, GameStop employees been caught stealing stuff all the time, and they don't care because they're making pigeon feed. So why should they care about stealing anything? You know, they probably make more money selling that Xbox PlayStation 5. They hacked off and they stole it out of GameStop and went to a pawn shop. Probably got more money than they ever made in a week up there at GameStop. Now, I'm not saying stealing is cool. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that we need to understand that people do this kind of stuff because you you pay them loudly, they're not gonna care. And that's this big thing about GameStop. You go in there nowadays, they act like they don't give a damn. They put on their fake face and smile at you because they have to. I'm not saying you have to walk around like this all day long, even off the clock. No, but have some passion about your job. There are days I don't smile at work, but then again, my attitude is I go to work to work. So I get why they have to do it. They have to smile to keep their job and get a bunch of crap and constantly tell us to do stupid stuff. But I do believe that GameStop themselves could change if they actually tried to care just a little bit about their employees and customers. Why GameStop wasn't going down the toilet is because they treated customers like cash machines. They want us to believe that we get $5 for a game that's $60 or now $70, and you can trade games in. It used to be at Walmart and Best Buy used to, and and get more money out of it. They stopped doing that, but still an option. So, like I said, guys, I'm in this video. Um, I'm going back to work tonight or tomorrow night. Today is Sunday, so I'm going back to work tonight. I gotta go back to work sometime. Um, I appreciate you guys' prayers and thoughts once again. We're going through the day. Each day is a new day. So we made peace with my mother's passing and 184 subscribers. I do appreciate you guys. I have plenty of videos you can watch a big fat guy rambling on. I took some time off, 2 weeks to really get my head clear. I feel a lot better doing it. I took off about 9 days from work, and I feel great doing it because I really cleared my head. I went out with friends and went to a casino, went to Dave and Buster's on a couple times this week only. The last 2 weeks was just crazy. Running around doing stuff, running around doing this, that, and the other. So I had to sit there and take a week off and just relax. I had to take one more week off and just relax. So that's why I'm going back to tonight and hit the ground running and see what happens. I should be good to go. It'd be a good change, get back into it. Now I know my job very well, so it'd be just go walking back in there and logging in my computer and just going on my job and doing my work. Um, but yeah, I appreciate you guys watching my video. I appreciate you guys not wasting time, but and you giving me your time to entertain you. I thank you guys for the whole since 2013. Hey there, hey Kill 100. I do appreciate you guys watching my videos over the last 11 years. No, it's about right. It's about right, man. I'm about in the video anyway. Um, it's not a big deal, man. You can come and go as you please, man. I don't sweat it. I mean, you guys have lives too, so I get it. Um, but yeah, for 11 years I've been doing this, and you guys helped me out all the way. My mother passing was kind of rough on all of us at family, but I knew you guys understood why I wasn't here for 2 weeks, and I appreciate that. I do appreciate you guys listening to a fat guy rambling on about stuff, and I do appreciate you guys understanding why I wasn't there. Had some messages from Facebook people asking me, message, hey, where you at? You can do more videos. And I message, hey, my have the family friend passed away, for kind of some me time. They say cool, and they thumbs up, and they didn't. They checked up on me a couple times. I know boxing messaged me on Steam. He has my account information. He asked me, "Hey, you all right?" I said, "Yeah, it's cool, man." So I appreciate you guys keeping up, and also I appreciate you guys. And like I say, Killer 100. I'm not mad at you guys for being late. Like I said, I'm not problematic at all. Like I said, now I'm trying to do videos 45 minutes long, but with my mom passing away, you have to rethink a lot of things in life. So I took some time off and relaxed a little bit. Um, but I will be back fully next week. This is my weekend video. I'll be back next week to do more videos again. I'm just going back to work tonight. So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. God bless all you guys for thinking about me, and also keep my family in prayer. Um, but that's how it goes. People pass away. Life, to quote A Christmas Carol, Muppet Christmas Carol, um, you know, life is about meetings and partings, and that's the way of it. I think the way of it for all of us to accept that we don't know what goes on after life. We have our faith, and we believe, but we have to wait until the see. So hope you guys can take this. I'll see you guys next week. I go back to work tonight. Peace out, everyone.